Welcome to CBS Cosmic Brothers and Sisters, where we introduce you to your family members from across the universe and beyond, and no AI is ever needed. Just your favorite tinfoil hat. Go get it on, I've got mine on, because today Emory tells George on Cosmic Disclosure all about some light beings. Go get your hat on, I've got mine on, let's go!
Emory, when we talk about interdimensional beings, what are we talking about?
We're talking about a race of beings, hundreds of millions of years ahead of us, that have already been able to master how to change their form. They are allowed to switch their atoms and photons around to take almost any form they want and travel through time and space. It can go from a light body to a 3D body. It can change its frequency at will to go to another dimension. It can phase in, phase out, bleed in, bleed out of multiple dimensions. That makes it an interdimensional being.
At any time?
At any time, by its own will.
Are they physical or are they somewhat ghost-like?
Yeah, that's a great question. I get that a lot because a lot of these sightings and things, people are referring them, as ghosts, or people report ghosts being seen when they're really these interdimensional beings. The interesting science behind this is that when an interdimensional being enters our dimension, he falls under the laws of our three-dimensional reality. So he has to take some sort of form. But don't forget, light is form too. So that can be visualized by our five senses here on planet Earth, or through our solar system, in this universe, in this dimension. So as they come through, they might change from a light being into a form of their choice, or they also could stay in the light form. So many accounts that you've heard around in history books and around the planet of these ghost-like sightings. Now, some are ghost, which means if you were to pass away right now, your photons will still be in that chair for 30 days or more. And so this is what I'm getting at. The photons of the genetic makeup of the DNA is always there. Even when we leave our seats right now and come back tomorrow morning, we're still going to have our resonant energy is still going to be here.
How do these interdimensional beings, Emory, kind of come through to get here?
Right, we hear about this bleeding through the dimensions. And how that is because they are allowed to change form, their frequency, sound before form. By changing frequency, and everything's a frequency, our DNA, everything around us is a frequency of some sort that can be measured scientifically. So they can actually vibrate themselves and change their frequency and disappear right here and not be seen, but still be here in some form. It's kind of like an advanced teletransportation system. Think of it that way.
Are they coming through a gateway or a portal?
No, they have mastered the ability to vibrate at a frequency for different dimensions. So there might be many dimensions right here, right now around us. And because they can change their frequency, they can be in that dimension right now. Remember, there's no time or space. Everywhere in the present is right now, right here. So they're not like traveling over millions of light years to get here. We're talking about the higher dimensional beings that are able, to do this type of science.
There was an old classic Twilight Zone episode called Little Girl Lost, and it was about a little girl who somehow fell out of her bed into another dimension. Is that kind of like it is?
Well, there are areas around the planet and areas that can open up where these energies of the different dimensions sometimes fall within the same frequency and they overlap. And when that happens, these little gateways, these openings to other dimensions, form. Like in the old saying around Halloween in October, the worlds are at their thinnest. And it allows these ghost-like creatures to come through and you can visit your family. And there's a lot to that being said with extraterrestrial technology, with these interdimensional beings. And it also has to do with different parts of the planet have these openings there all the time. So, things can form, they can open up a gateway, especially ET craft and these interdimensional craft. And sometimes when they open up a small area, well, that could stay open for a while when a craft comes through.
What if it closes? What if it closes?
Right, what if it closes?
and you're in there.
Well, your frequency probably will stay there.
Now, these interdimensional beings, are they biological at all?
Well, of course, absolutely. Don't forget sound, light, and form. But when they come here, they can take a form if they choose to, or they can stay in the light form. It's up to them how they want to frequency vibrate here and how they want to show whoever they're communicating with. Maybe you want to only, communicate through sound and you hear tonalities. These, the study that we have, that we've gone through with other extraterrestrial beings that, it's more of a tonality, but they're there. You can't see them, but you can hear them.
Mm-hmm. A lot of times, Emory, we get stories and reports of these interdimensional beings, but they always seem to be alone. You never seem to hear stories of them coming in pairs or 10 of them or 20. Why not?
Well, that's not my experience. I mean, a lot of these interdimensional beings have traveled through, time and space and have been able to open up right in a fabric, time and space. And you might just see a small ping pong ball of light. And that could be a whole civilization.
Really?
Because there is no size when it comes to these interdimensional beings. So you have to think about the physics and science behind that, of how to represent that when we're educating the public, that there is no size to anything when you're talking about interdimensional beings, because they are able to shift their atomic structure into light. This has been going on for millions of years on planet Earth. And the way they communicate is, like I was just talking about earlier, about tonalities and frequencies, and also taking the manifestation form of maybe a human being, and then helping us get more technologies and giving us ideas of how to improve ourselves.
Are we interacting with them with technology, or is it more consciousness?
Well, consciousness is the basis for all communication and for all the science behind interdimensional and multidimensional creatures. However, there are devices that they are working on to spot these people and these beings.
High technology?
Very high technology, such as the neutrino light detectors and the satellites that pick up subtle changes in light. These things allow us to see these beings and see their craft when they're cloaked.
Almost like night vision goggles, huh?
A lot better than that. But that's also reverse engineered from extraterrestrial capture.
Are interdimensional beings different from extraterrestrials?
Interdimensional beings are extraterrestrials, kind of like we are extraterrestrials in our genetics. So the answer to that is they are one of the most advanced extraterrestrials in our dimension here, in our society.
Wow. Do you think light beings live forever? I think they do. I think they live forever. I'm pretty sure a light being, once you get there, you're just going on. You're just going on forever. Tell me what you think, because here come the credits. And as always, no AI necessary to make CBS, Cosmic Brothers and Sisters. Let me know if you think light beings live forever. Cosmic Brothers and Sisters, subscribe to CBS. And always like your cosmic brothers and sisters. It is good to like your cosmic brothers and sisters.